So, do you think it's a coincidence that 20% of the new Obamacare waivers are for gourmet restaurants, nightclubs, and fancy hotels in Nancy Pelosi's district? Let's bring in radio host Ben Ferguson. Ben, seriously, the left has absolutely no shame, blatant cronyism. Really? Really? Come on. I mean,
hey, Eric, I'm genuinely not surprised. This is the same woman that said, we won't know what's in this bill until we pass it. So why would we expect her to know what was in it or what was going to hurt her district until after the fact? Hey, she can get the waivers. No wonder she's been so quiet lately. This is the problem that the president, though, is going to have in this upcoming election, is defending this. When his own big team members, the ones that were ramming this down our throats, are now saying, not even good enough for my district, and I think it's going to hurt him. I think the American people are going to realize it.
Hang in there, Benny. I want to bring it out to the panel. But, Ange, listen to this. Some of the people getting health care waivers. Baba Quaveri restaurant in Pelosi's district got a waiver. They advertised $59 porterhouse steaks, $39 filet mignons, and $35 crab dinners. There's also Cafe des Amis, which describes the eating experience as a timeless Parisian brasserie.
Well, yes, darling. She needs to have a table reserved every Saturday, so of course she's going to give them a waiver.
Joey, waivers. Come on.
Listen.
If this thing was so good, why do they need waivers? Especially parachute Pelosi. Remember? Let's parachute in and find out what's in it.
Certain people don't have the ability to afford it, and as a result, there's waivers. Now, there's a problem I have with these statistics.
That has nothing to do with it.
Ben, relax. Ben will get to you. Look, the point is that we have to determine how many people have applied for waivers. Have more people in her district applied, and as a result of that, they were granted?
Joey, she got 20% of all the waivers granted last
Maybe
year.
more people in her district applied for.
First of all the descriptions was making Joey hungry, okay? So
Sure it
the
was.
porterhouse and the filet mignon. Here's the thing. I'm a political guy. Here's the bottom line. What this will do is something that Republicans have been unable to do to this point. This will result in the beginning of this dismantling of Obamacare because of situations like this, because of the hypocrisy that we now see is evident and it's right in front of us.
But hold on, Ben, Ange, 1 second. Ben, isn't it Obamacare unraveling itself by all these health care waivers?
Yeah, his own party, his own team is unraveling it for their districts, and that's the reason why he's going to be in a lot of trouble. I mean, you look at Democrats right now, it's going to be hard for them to go back to their districts or campaign on this or protect the president on this come the general election, come him having to say, vote for me again for president. I mean, this is hope and change for those that disagreed with the law, not hope and change for Obama and his presidency.
It's not just Pelosi's residents in her district. It's unions. Look at the list of everyone who's gotten these waivers. And unions were the ones who pressed the hardest for this. We've talked about this before. Eric, this is what makes people crazy, right? You understand why unions want to keep costs low for their membership. But they spent so much money lobbying for this thing only to exempt themselves. That's what makes people angry.
1,300 and some exemptions, Joey. And if you just go by sheer number, not necessarily number of individual employees, but sheer numbers, unions represent somewhere around 40% of the waivers.
All right, but look at how many did not get waivers who applied for it. We could play the numbers game every day. And to Ben, in terms of campaigning, you have to find viable candidates before you can actually talk about having other people campaign.
You want to know something, Joey?
I'm not worried about that. This makes it easy.
Joey brings up a very good point. I'm going to go to Adam. If it happens to be Mr. Mitt Romney on the Republican side, what happens to Obama? Is all of a sudden Obamacare is okay?
No. I think that Mitt Romney has and will continue to differentiate between Romney Care and Obamacare, and that's a fight that
how, Adam? How do you do that?
I think he's gonna keep doing what he started to do, which is talk about the differences between a federal mandate and what he was doing in the state, and basically.
Quickly, guys, quickly, we're running out of time.
No, I totally disagree. Romney's mistake was you either own it or you disown it.
Absolutely.
And he hasn't done either. He's straddled the fence. It takes this issue off the table. He's muddled messages. I'm telling you, this hurts.
Benny, let me get to you, my friend. What about it? How does a Mitt Romney running against a Barack Obama, how does he handle Obamacare? Does he just ignore it completely?
Look, Mitt's a smart guy, and if it's in the general election, they're sitting on stage together in a presidential debate, he can say, what I did with Romney Care is very different from what you guys did with Obamacare.
Exactly.
No, it's
and
not.
your own party, including Nancy Pelosi, is getting waivers for every one of her fine dining restaurants in America that she likes to eat in.
Absolutely
and
not.
you can't defend it.
Mitt Romney takes this issue off the table.
Yeah.
The fact is that what he did in that state was a model for what Obama did around the country, period.
We're going to leave it there. We're going to say thank you to Ben Ferguson, Andrea Tanteros, Adam Geller, and Joey Jackson.
Pleasure,
Thank you,
Eric.
everyone. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night.